Hey guys, what's up? In this video, I'm going to share with you the 4 best apartments that you can rent that will be very close to the Mayo Clinic and downtown Rochester. Now, before we begin, full disclosure, I am not getting paid to make these reviews and I've never lived in any of these apartments. Let's get started. Here are the 4 apartments that we're going to review. So starting from here, so the Bergman, which is like right next to St. Mary's Hospital. It's across the street. A Vani living, which it's actually nice because there's a grocery store underneath the apartments. And then you have here the Riverwalk, and then you have the Maven. So we'll go into more detail, but just looking at these options, if you're gonna be working at St. Mary's most of the time, it would make sense that you would probably live at the Bergman or Vani living, or if you're gonna be working at downtown Mayo, right, or Mayo downtown, then it would be the Riverwalk or the Maven just from distance. However, if you were to go from St. Mary's to the downtown Mayo Clinic, it's about a 10 to 12 minute walk depending on how fast you're walking, and there's also shuttles that go throughout the day from St. Mary's to downtown. So no matter where you work, you can actually live in any of these apartments and you would be pretty happy. And so let's look more closely at the details so that you can find the best apartment for the best price. All right, so we're gonna start with the Maven on Broadway. So when I reviewed this apartment just online first, so I used Google Business to look at their reviews. So they have 4.8 score out of 5. They have 54 reviews and less than 4 of them are 5 stars or less. So overall, they have a really good score. And the people that left scores that were less than 5-star, 4 of those were not very, they didn't write anything or give any feedback, so it's hard to say why they weren't a 5-star review, right? One of the things that I noticed on the reviews is they talked a lot about 2 people, Ryan and Amber. These seem to be the managers, and they said a lot of really good praises about them, which I think is good, because if the managers are awesome and they have good communication, that'll solve, I think, most of the issues. They have short-term stay options available, and they are pet friendly. So I was looking at some of the options. So they have their luxury apartments, so the studio, which is about 588 square feet, and then they have 1200 square feet for 2 bedrooms, 2 bathroom apartments, and then they have also a penthouse that goes up to 1800 square feet. I didn't find, unfortunately I couldn't find any pricing on these apartments. You would have to probably call and get those, but overall, just from looking at the website, these are very luxurious, very nice apartments. And as you can see here, they mentioned some of the community amenities. Look at this picture. It looks like a very, very nice place. They have, stunning lobby with resident services, executive work pods, and work from home spaces. The 6th floor speakeasy bar and lounge. This looks really nice. I live in a house and I love my house, but I'm like, man, it would be a cool spot to live in. Brand new, basically, very modern with a lot of different things. If you have lived at the Maven or currently live, let me know in the comments below what you think. What do you like? What don't you like? That would be very helpful for other people considering to move to the Maven. All right, now let's go to the Bergman. So the Bergman, let's go to, let's the main page here. So they have really good website and videos. Like, this is the Bergman. They have a nice pool. I think the Bergman, I'm pretty sure they're like the most luxurious apartments here in Rochester, hands down. It's beautiful and the location's unbeatable. It's like across the street from St. Mary's, and it's just really nice. So when I looked at their reviews, they have a 4.2 Google review, and they have 72 reviews, and they have about 11 one-star reviews. So many of the complaints, there's been kind of several topics. So one of them was about parking. People seem to not be excited that they have to pay, I think it's about $100 or $120 a month per vehicle to be able to park in the parking garage. And you'll see why they're upset about that, because prices of these units are not cheap by any means. Someone talked about, not getting their security deposit, which again, we don't know the story, or they didn't get it after like 3 months of, leaving their apartment or their lease being over or whatever. Some reviews talk about things breaking. Most of these reviews were closer to when this building was built, so they were probably getting being the first people to live in the unit. So maybe there were things that needed to be adjusted or fixed, or maybe weren't installed correctly. I think that could be kind of expected. But they mentioned the front desk people were very nice, and there were some also very good reviews. So again, with reviews, it's hard. Some are gonna be good, some are gonna be bad. They have some short stay options as well. They seem to be very pet friendly, and they have more information here at the right on the pet policy, but you can kind of look into that if that's something that is important to you. And just recently, there's a really cool new restaurant that opened, the Red Cow, which is located at the main floor of the Bergman. And again, location of this apartment is unbeatable, really. But when you look at the prices, that's where so studio, which is about 427 square feet, could be anywhere from $1,400 to $2,000 a month. A 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,200 square feet is gonna be about $2,400 to $3,400 a month. And then if you want like a 3-bedroom apartment, 2,300 square feet, so it'll be a nice big size, you're gonna be paying about $4,300 to $6,000. And if you stick around till the end of this video, I'm gonna show you what you could buy house-wise for that kind of money. Anyways, I mean, basically it's a nice place. The complaints you see, I think, is because you're paying so much money, you expect like perfection, which I get that. And so overall, I think it's a great place. And if I had the money to pay for something like this, I would, and I would probably love it. So that's the Bergman. Now let's go look at the Vani. All right, so here we are at the Vani apartments. I love the Vani because they're like my neighbors. I live in Kutzke Park, and that's right next to these apartments. I also like that Fresh Time, the grocery store, is underneath the apartments. There's also Fiddlehead, which is a really good coffee shop. That would be a great place to go work and sit and have some coffee, visit with friends. So I just think it's a really nice spot. And you can see here the picture. Here's kind of like a common area. So the Vani, they have studios. So the price for a studio is about $1,000 to $1,200. It's about 530 square feet. And then they have 1-bedroom and 2-bedroom floor plans. So let's look at the 2-bedroom apartment. It's going to be about $1,366 to $2,200, and it's about 1,100 square feet. So if you're looking for a spacious apartment, the Vani might not work for you because they're kind of small and compact and not as big. But otherwise, they seem to be very nicely built. They have some nice amenities. I would say that maybe they're not as luxurious as like the Bergman or even the Maven on Broadway, just from looking at pictures. But overall, it seems to be very nice apartments and really good location. So I guess that's my review. Oh, sorry. So let's talk about reviews. So they got a 4.7 Google review. They only had 9 reviews, which I wish they had more, because 9 reviews is it'd just be nice to have more reviews about it. But they were mostly all positive. The only negative review was that it was too expensive, which you probably should know that ahead of time, that it's expensive. But otherwise, it seems like a good place and not many negative reviews really. All right, the next one we're gonna look at is the Riverwalk. So here's the Riverwalk. So let's take a look at the neighborhood. So this location is a little more like northeast, downtown, but it's still really close. And you have the river next to it, and really nice views. You're close to the bike paths, run paths, close to the civic center skyway access, which is really nice, especially when it gets cold. If you work downtown, once you access the skyway, you can get around anywhere in the downtown Mayo Clinic area. That's a huge benefit, and it's a great location. And if you look at some of the amenities of the residences, I mean, this also look very luxurious. A lot of really nice things that come with the apartment. And the Riverwalk had a score of 4.5 for the Google review. They had 87 reviews, which is great. And they have 14 reviews that were less than 5 stars. Most of the issues or complaints were from like 3 years ago, I would say, which is when they first opened. And so, again, when something's new, sometimes you're gonna have things that have to be fixed or broken or whatever. And the other main theme with some of the complaints were with like management and communication, and people not happy with that. So, but otherwise, they're pet friendly. A 1-bedroom is about 649 square feet, and then a 3-bedroom, 2-bath is about 1,700 square feet. So you can definitely find some bigger apartments in here. And then they also have some townhome options. So if we look at the neighborhood, oh yeah, I guess we already kind of looked at that, but I think the Riverwalk is really nice as well. The website is really good, kind of gives you a good vibe. So if we go back to the apartment, so I would say the Bergman's gonna be obviously the most expensive, but like most luxury. Vani Living, you're gonna get some luxury, but it's kind of like smaller units. So if you're looking for something bigger, that might not be the place for you. I feel like the Riverwalk, you get a lot of luxury as well. I couldn't find pricing on this one, so I might have to call and ask. And then the Maven seems to have a combination of luxury with the size of units is gonna be kind of comparable to Vani, but this one seems like nicer, like more luxurious if you're looking for that. So you have some options. Now, as promised, let's take a look at what you could pay for a mortgage. So say you found a house that's $350,000 here in Rochester. That means that it would be about a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom home, 2,000 square feet, or even like 2,200 square feet, attached car garage, right? That's what you would get. So let's say for down payment you do 3%, so $10,500, 30-year loan, 5% interest. You have good score, credit score. Property taxes, I'm estimating $3,800 a year. Home insurance, $1,400 a year, and private mortgage insurance, which is $100 estimating. So your payment would be about $2,357. So if you're gonna stay in Rochester, I would say at least 3 years. years, I think if we did the math, buying a home would be a better deal. Obviously, you know, when you're renting an apartment, especially these luxury apartments, you're paying a lot of money, but you're getting convenience. You don't have to worry about fixing anything. If something breaks or whatever needs to be fixed, you just call like your maintenance people at the apartment. They should take care of that. So it's stress-free living. You get a lot of nice amenities, pool, fitness center. You get a lot of things, you know, and a great location. But if you're gonna be in Rochester longer term and you buy something for $350,000, that in the long term could be a better investment. If you have questions about buying a house here or anything about real estate, feel free to reach out, let me know. Now let's do an exercise. Let's say that you want to buy something for $500,000. Okay, so $500,000 at 3%, this would be your down payment. Your payment would be at $3,138. Let's say you bought something for $700. You know, your down payment is gonna go up. You might have to do more than 3% down payment. So let's say that you have to do, I don't know, let's just put 20% here. 20% down payment, so $140,000. So it's a lot of money. You might be able to, you know, buy a house for this price for less down payment. But let's say we're doing 20%. Your payment is $3,540. So for what the Bergman is charging for $4,000, I mean, it would be almost like $1 million home that you could buy and still have that payment. I'm not saying that you should buy $1 million home, but if you want to, obviously I'd be happy to help you. But I'm just trying to bring some perspective with, you know, how much money you're paying on rent. Again, you're paying for convenience. You know, the Bergman is so close to St. Mary, so that would be a huge convenience. But just to kind of give you some options, and well, property taxes will be higher. So let's say they're $6,000. You know, home insurance would probably be $1,800. So I mean, I'm just kind of playing with this to kind of give you some perspective. Of course, you know, I'm a realtor, so I like to give you both options of renting or buying, right? But in many cases, I understand 100% that renting might be better, especially if you're here for a short period of time and you don't know for sure if you're gonna stay longer, than rent. Or maybe you're coming here and you want to rent like the first year and get more familiar with Rochester, the neighborhoods and all of that. Then, you know, renting for a year at any of these apartments would be a really good option. Anyways, let me know in the comments below any questions you have, and thank you for watching, and I hope you found this video to be valuable. Thanks.